Good evening, everyone. My name is Nandana, and today I will share you a case study about sea freight export. And this sea freight export is focused on an impact trade sanction on global shipping, especially in Europe. Okay, so I will explain a little bit about this article before we continue into the infographic. So this case study discuss a policy made by European Union in 2025. Wait, okay. So where they banned the import of Russian aluminum as part of economic sanctions. So this policy is important because it is not only affect trade between countries, but also has direct impact on the sea freight export and global logistics, especially in Europe and Russia, of course. So let me share my infographic before we continue. Okay, it's okay. So you can see clearly, right? All right, so this is the infographic I created. A simple one. All right, so as for the title is about oh wait. All right. European ban on Russian aluminum, presented by me. And then the location, as for the location of this article is in European Union and Russia. And as for the year is the 2025, but they didn't show the exact months of this uh, happen. Okay, as for it, the Russia is a major exporter of aluminum, while European Union is one of the important markets for Russia. So, what happened uh, in this article? I mean, so to understand this case study more clearly, I will explain it. There are three parts: the problem, the solution, and also I will later on explain the impact of this ban. So the problem. The first problem is the trade restriction, where European Union banned Russian aluminum imports. Because of this, Russia lost access to one of its major markets, which is in the European, which directly affect its export activities. As for the second problems is the shipping disruptions. Since the trade between Russia and Europe was restricted, shipping routes that were previously used could no longer operate normally. And the third one is the supply chain instability. Aluminum is an important industrial material. So when the supply is disrupted, it affects many industries global. And overall, this problem caused uncertainty in international trade and increased pressure on global shipping systems. So, after we know what the problem is, what the problem are, so what are the solutions? So the solution is actually come from both sides, country, the European country, and also the Russia. So to respond to this problem, they make several adjustments. The first one is the European Union look for alternative suppliers from other countries to replace Russia aluminum. The second solution is Russia shifted its export market to other regions, especially Asia, such as China and India. As we know, China is one of the ally in Russia and India also. So as for the third one is new shipping routes were developed to support these changes. Since Europe was no longer a main destination, shipment had to be redirected to different parts of country. I mean ports and also other countries, of course. As finally, logistics systems were adjusted to adapt to the new trade conditions, including changes in transport, planning, and distribution. Alright, so after we know the problem and the solution, so what are the impact? So I create this impact based on my personal opinion, because in the article there are no impact given, no impact stated on the article. So I will give my own my own explanation on the impact. So as a result of these changes, several impacts occurred globally. First, the global trade flow changes. Because goods were no longer moving along the same routes as before, like we know the European bans the Russian aluminum export. Okay, so the next one is the shipping route become longer, which increased conversion time. As we know, Russia is also part of European. After the European banned Russia from importing or exporting aluminum to one other country, they have to look for another supplier, which is the outside of the European, and it makes the transportation a little bit longer or even takes several months. And next is the logistics cost increase, because it happened because the roads require more fuel and operational expenses, like I mentioned before. And finally, the new trade partnership were formed as countries started building a relationship to replace the old ones. And this shows that one policy decision can affect many aspects of international trade. And in conclusions, everyone, this case shows that international trade policies such as sanctions and can have a major impact on the sea freight export, globally supply chains and logistics system. It also shows how countries must quickly adapt to changes in the global markets. So, all right, I think that's all for me. Thank you for your attention. Good afternoon. I mean, good evening.